Tonight, your Eastern Florida Titans look to continue their dominance at home and improve on their unbeaten record. Florida National University, meanwhile, enters its first ever season of competition in men's soccer. They will look to knock the Titans out of that #2 national ranking. Live from a wet and wild Titan soccer complex on Eastern Florida's Melbourne campus, it's the Conquistadors and the Titans, and it's now. The rain continues to fall, but lightning has moved out of the area. It is the Conquistadors of Florida National University and Eastern Florida State College Titans, 3-0-1 on the season. Better late than never. An hour late for the broadcast of this one. Good evening and welcome. I'm Jeff Radcliffe alongside MLS veteran Eddie Rodriguez. And tonight we will look to see the Titans go up against a brand new opponent, a brand new program in Florida National.
That's right, Jeff. A brand new Florida National University that has a lot of international players from all Brazil. You're talking about Colombia, 2-3 different countries in South America against a powerhouse, a team of Eastern Florida who's got more weapons than the Army here. We've seen him score from, outside players, making runs out of the back, and of course, offense is their number one priority. So we're looking to the Goliath, if you will, against a team that is looking to prove in this conference.
Titans do have a lot of weapons, as you mentioned. Micah Smoke is one of them. Not typically a weapon coming out of the central midfield, but he has done just that this year. Really good player in the air.
Absolutely. One of the things about Micah Smokes, not only does he score, he assists, but his consistency for this team. Very good in the air, as you mentioned. Very physical player. Look for him to be one of the catalysts in this game.
Speaking of catalyst, Luke Ferreira, the number 10, half Brazilian out of Deerfield Beach, championship with American Heritage Delray a few years back, and he really provides a lot of flair in the central midfield.
He does. He's bringing that international Brazilian flavor. We've seen him from operating from the right to the left. We've seen him score. We've seen him assist. He's got 4 assists so far, and more than that for this Eastern Florida. He would love to go forward, get some crosses, another weapon for the Titans.
Yeah, the number 10 in the customary hole there in that midfield. Here's a look at the lineups. Florida National, very South American heavy, as you can imagine. 12 Brazilians, 3 Colombians. You got an Argentine, a Venezuelan, Spaniard, Swede in there. Very international. And then for Eastern Florida State College, the leading scorer right now is Yannick Kofi, the sophomore out of Lewisville, Texas. He has 4 goals, and we'll look to improve upon that tonight. There are your coaches. Joao Garcia for Florida National University in his first season. Also coaches the women's as well, a graduate of Barry University where he played collegiate soccer. And, of course, Oliver Twelvetrees in his third season. 27, 4-4 coming in out of Swansea City in Wales. Our referee for tonight is Al Grimaldi. He'll be assisted by Monsef Hadiji and Darren Krause. So moments away from kickoff, as you see our referees dressed in red tonight. We are starting about an hour late, so we're going to go without the introductions and the anthems and all the pageantry, and we're just going to get this thing started because we need to dance between the raindrops tonight, Eddie.
We do, and one of the things Eastern Florida has to do early, we've talked about them being so young in the back. They've lost their starting 4, so now a brand new defense, and for them to start getting going at the offense, they need to especially conquer that defense because it's raining, because it's a big field. So for them, they got to come out swinging right from the get-go.
We've seen the rain hit the pitch about the last 20, 30 minutes. How does that affect a field like this, or at least how does it affect the gameplay for each of these sides?
Well, the great thing about this facility is that it's going to absorb the water really well, so we're not going to see any puddles or anything. However, you do bring a great point that the ball being wet, the grass being wet, the ball's going to skip. So this is a great chance for you as a player to strike the ball, make it bounce before the goalkeeper, because he's going to take one of those funny bounces and he's going to skip. So if you're a goalkeeper, you have to be aware. If you're a player, put the ball on the ground and just let it fly.
Both teams getting fired up as the Conquistadors 3-3-5 coming in. Have played a lot of NAIA teams. They actually play out of the United States Collegiate Athletic Association, so the USCAA. And a brand new program just beginning college soccer. They do have 6 scholarship players, so we'll try to get the shape figured out as they get set to get underway. In just a moment, it'll be Eastern Florida in the blue. They will defend the goal to the south, which is to our right, and attack to our left. And it'll be Florida National. School colors are green and gold, and they are ready to go. See the Titans, some final instructions to each other, and talk a little bit about the lineup. The lineup has been it's been a fluid thing for head coach Oliver Twelvetrees. We've had some injuries. Rashane McClymont not in the lineup tonight, nursing a little elbow injury, so that keeps Wilford Williams in the back. Matt McLennan, the right back, actually will scooch over in the defense. And you always worry about on a back line that communication aspect when you make a change.
And as a coach, you want to be consistent with your players, especially at the flat back four. And other than having an injury, as you mentioned, of course, consistency is for a team is very important, because you want to keep the same players, especially young players. So for them, it's a good chance once again to get going here and to play a full 90.
Florida National has not conceded many goals this year. Haven't scored many either, but have been a tough out for a lot of the teams they play. Tough to judge, playing in 2 different, completely different classifications. And that one immediately stuck to the foot of the number 21, Henan Lete, a Brazilian. And it will be taken over.
And one thing we know for sure, Jeff, is that this Florida National University, with so many Latin players, and we spoke to the coach earlier, they do possess the ball. They like to play that typical Latin American, Brazilian style, if you will. They're not going to be a team thumping the ball forward. They're going to be a team that comes out of the back, use their fullbacks, and they're going to look for their number 10 on top, their forward, but they're going to do so by keeping the ball on the ground and keeping possession. So it's going to be a great match, especially in the middle of the field.
Well, they'll have possession here. What are you looking at as far as their shape right now? What do you see?
Right now they look like they're 3 in the back, but I wouldn't be surprised if they play with 4, and then they release either the defensive center mid or one of the fullbacks at any given time, especially if they're only marking right now J.J. Donnelly on top.
Swing and a miss there by number 17, Elvin Rivera, the freshman. But they keep it in the attacking half and will circle back. It's intercepted and sent forward. And here's Kofi, the speedster, running along the outside. That's one thing that their co-coach Joe Alguacir was concerned with, the speed of this Eastern Florida team. It will be cleared away, a throw right in front of us, as Kofi will go back to his position in the attacking half.
And that is something they got to address right away. The speed and the athleticism of these Eastern Florida players. Of course, we talk about Kofi and even JJ on top. So they're fast, they're good, they're physical, and they love to go forward. So their fullbacks have to stay tucked in, and then once they win the ball, they can make runs. But in the meantime, you got to keep that shape in the back if you're Florida National.
Smoke was running on along that right side. He does help earn the Titans a throw here in the early going. And just not even 3 minutes in, some action on each end now, trying to get the edge. Ball into the box, the turn by Donnelly, and it is cleared away.
And there was Luke Ferreira. We talked about his ability to go down the line and cross the ball, and that's what he showed so far. He was able to get to that end line, cross the ball into the box for JJ. He's not able to make contact.
Kofi gets it into Cisse. Yaya Cisse, the Colorado Springs native, is dispossessed, and now here come the Conquistadors on the other end. The runner running to the right, and it will be number 21, Lete again. Nice job keeping that ball on his feet. He will circle back out for reinforcements. There's the number 10. All right, at the top of the box, a foul, clean challenge, and it's taken away.
The referee close enough, saw the contact, but didn't call it, so he was close enough to make that call.
Eastern Florida along that right side. In the middle, Craig McCall, the native of Glasgow, Scotland, has been really a great warrior there, the fulcrum there in that center midfield. Now it will be played forward in direct fashion to Ferreira along the right side. He'll take it into the corner.
And that is exactly the ball that is going to do some damage. Right into the corner for Luke Ferreira, who's getting at the end of that. As you mentioned, McCall was looking to play the ball out wide.
It was Sloan Davidson to clean it up. It was in that left back spot. Here's the run, the hold up. And again, it will be Mark Fernandez, the Barcelona, Spain native. So both continents, or 3 different continents represented on this team. Europe, South America, North America.
You know, you talk about how do these players get along as far as the communication, and you know what? It's very simple. The good soccer is gonna show whether you speak Spanish, Portuguese, or English. Although they don't have too many American players, mostly Latin American descent players.
And it's Dago Nani, a freshman Brazilian, along that right. It will be picked up by McCall, now on the left for Eastern Florida State College. And Shari Saperi, wearing 15, the Mel High product, will throw it in. Smoke, his former teammate, makes a nice turn and makes the run forward, and it was cleaned up at the last second. Now the counter coming the other way, held up and cleaned up by Wilford Williams. He stepped in a little too hard, though, on the challenge.
Yeah, and that's not a bad foul. That's what we call a professional foul, because look what you did. You just stopped the whole counterattack, and you have plenty of time to get your defense back in shape. The only thing you have to worry about that is not a bad challenge where you're going to draw a card, but in the meantime, that's a pretty good foul in the middle of the field.
Just behind the halfway line here. And it is booted away. They're looking to go over the top and use some speed, headed into the area, and off his line for the first time tonight is Nate Himes.
That was actually a great driven ball, looking for Gabriel Miranda at the end of that. Nate Himes doing a good job getting out, collecting. He does own his box. We've seen him play before, and he loves to come out. Pretty good in the air. Good presence.
So we'll roll into touch. It will come back the other way. Just underway, no score. Some end-to-end action here. Lots of talent on the field. A bit of the unknown as far as the visitors are concerned. Again, they come in 3-3 and 5, haven't played mainly a schedule against NAIA competition. A lot of draws there. And Coach told us, we talked with him before the contest, that there are a lot of games that they conceded goals late for those ties, so they were actually in control a lot of those.
Yeah, and a lot of the NAIA schools, as you know, you mentioned, the competition is kind of tough to judge because there's some good NAIA teams, and then there's some other ones who are not as good, or they're not going to challenge you as well. So unlike Eastern Florida, who's, you know, they know their competition, they can judge it. It's a little bit harder for Florida National University to do the same thing.
Roll back to the center of the park. McCall picks it up, plays it into space. Smoke runs on. And now we'll play it to that wide side. Here comes the attack. The overlap is on. He'll play inside instead, looking for Donnelly. Kofi was also making that back post run. And the Conquistadors will try to build from the back here as the pressure now being put on. And it's turned over. Saperi gives it right back, but hustles back, takes the angle. And now it will be McLennan to ping it forward. Donnelly comes back to retrieve. McCall looks to make the switch, settles, and comes left side. Here's Shari.
And you can tell both teams, not sure if it's a little bit nervous or the rain, but they're not, you know, just as precise as they should. They do 3-4 touches and not able to keep that fourth and fifth in the attacking third.
Ferreira to the byline there, and it will be a goal kick. Quickly released out. The goalkeeper, Carlos Quesada, sophomore out of Hollywood, Florida. One of the few Americans actually on the roster. The only one in the starting lineup. Be sent forward.
Mark Fernandez making that diagonal run. Nobody around, so he loses the ball. And Eastern Florida's done a good job just closing that gap in the back. They're flat back forward, just closing that space, and that's what they need to do defensively. Offensively, they open up like an accordion, just looking for that space. And fullbacks like Saperi making runs out of the back.
There's a foul. It will come back the other way. So So hard challenge, and Oliver 12 Trees did not agree with the decision.
Yeah, did not like that. And he's not too far from where the foul occurred.
So that's Elvin Rivera, a freshman midfielder.
The ref having a little chat with Luke Ferreira. Said, that's it. That's your warning. I've had enough.
Come back to the near side. They try to play it direct. Somehow it falls, and the shot on the way, parried away by Himes, and had a little bit of danger on it as the back post run was being made.
Late with that long-range shot. Good bounce, and that's what I was talking about testing the goalkeeper. We know that, with these wet conditions, you just got to let it go. It's a good save by Nate Himes, but look what happened. He's not able to keep the ball, and that's when you want a forward coming in just for a tap-in. It's a good job by Renan Leite, just letting it go from about 25 out.
That'll be held up by Kofi. And tries to split the defenders. It will go out for a throw as Fernandez was on him quickly. Nice combination with Ian Nani.
Yeah, I think they know the the speed of Kofi, so it's a two-man team going 2 against 1.
And now will be another throw. Just over 10 minutes gone by, opening half. First ever meeting between these two. And Cisse appealing for a decision, and will get it.
Good job by Cisse. Would flick the ball over the top. One of the defenders, I think it was Dogo Nani with a handball. Referee close enough. He was going to play the advantage, and he finally called it. It's a great chance right here for Micah Smoke. We've seen his strength. He can hit that from there, so no stranger from letting it go from about that distance, 35, 40 yards.
Now watch the runners on the end of this. Be a jailbreak here.
Hit it nice and low on the ground.
Smoke will send it in through the wall. Does manage to get through. It took a deflection, and it will be a goal kick. So had a chance there. Donnelly was in the vicinity, but he zigged and the ball zagged. There's your goalkeeper, Quesada. Smoke runs forward with it. Releases Kofi to the left. Had Donnelly running into the box. It will roll in, and nice team defending there by the Conquistadors. Sapere. Donnelly almost had a nice job bringing that down. Nice soft touch, and now it will be McCall racing on. And going into an advanced spot here on the field as reinforcements will come. Place the ball through to Donnelly, who gets that side. It will be a free kick in a dangerous spot here after the foul. And our referee, Al Grimaldi, will issue a yellow card to number 4, Pablo Gastaldi, the Argentinian.
Absolutely. You can tell it was a late tackle. JJ gets around, gets the ball from Kofi as he was getting around Pablo Gastaldi late. And you can tell when you're late right here. JJ just takes that ball right there. Gastaldi just a little bit late, gets a hold of that right ankle. And once again, the referee close enough to call it.
And it will set up Kofi here as referee Al Grimaldi puts it into the book. So first booking of the match goes to the visitors, Florida National University.
Yeah, dangerous situation here. Kofi loves to hit that in-swinger. Put the ball between the defender and the goalkeeper for incoming run from one of the forwards, midfielders.
Here's the run up to the back post. A head got on it. Still not out of trouble, and eventually corralled by Quesada.
Yeah, good ball by Kofi. J.J. Donnelly doesn't quite get enough. Pops the ball up rather than drive it, and Quesada doing a good job just collecting out of the back. I think, Jeff, give credit to Joao Garcia, the coach, because every time Kofi gets the ball, 2 players get around. So you can tell they've done their homework. You can tell they know who the dangerous player for Eastern Florida is, and they're not going to leave him one-on-one.
Turnover, center of the park. Kofi will play it back immediately. Now the diagonal ball. Kofi will run, and he'll be wise just to clear it out of space. And did nicely with it. Well-coached team here. Now counter is on. The professional foul attempt by Williams, and it was Lete to circle out. Now it's Fernandez. Leaves it left side to Davidson. Send it back to the middle of the park on the switch. Run up by Adai Gonzalez, and Adai can't catch it.
Good idea with a switch point of attack. Right fullback not able to get to the ball. And one of the things that they're trying to counter for this Florida National, they collect the ball, they try to counter, but at the same time they're not going full forwards. They're trying to switch a point of attack and keep possession of the ball. Hey, there's nothing open.
Nani forward. Williams just plays it safe and sends it out for a throw. Light rain falling here on the Space Coast. We're in Melbourne at the Titan Soccer Complex. You can play in it, no problem. We're 15 minutes into this one. This field we've seen time and time again be able to hold the moisture, and it will now be a throw for Florida National University. They're based in Hialeah, Florida, down in the Miami area. They will take their time with this.
Yeah, and of course for them, they can kill the clock. They're in no hurry. They know they're playing against a powerhouse, #2 in the country. And as you mentioned, great facility, so don't worry about the field. The field's going to hold up nicely.
Marcus Stein tries to make a move. It will be another throw for the visitors. You have to figure the longer this stays scoreless, the more the advantage goes to the Conquistadors, because they're that confidence that they're hanging in there against the nation's #2 team.
Well, that, and you're playing away, so, you know, for you to be on the road, to be playing, you know, on a draw against a powerhouse and against a team who's known for scoring goals, absolutely. It definitely helps your confidence, and knowing that all you got to do is put one in the back of the net and you might have a chance.
Donnelly did a nice job tracking back to win the ball. Now the race is on, and it'll be Ferreira to run on late. And we'll head to the corner, as marking him is Davidson. Sloan Davidson, that left back throw to the Conquist, make that the Titans. So Ferreira will drive the ball.
Yeah, and we know he's got a long throw.
Gets it all the way into the box. A flick on header actually by the Conquistadors to get it out of there. How about Cisse playing physical here along the near side. So Mark Fernandez getting a workout and will earn the free kick.
Yeah, Cisse with that good pressure. We know he's a pretty solid defensive center mid who loves to go forward, but defensively he just showed us right there that he's no stranger to tackle, and he loves to get stuck in.
Outlet to Gastaldi. Will take it himself. Got some real estate in front, and then we'll play the direct ball, looking for streaking Lete. They're at the top of the formation. Right now it's Fernandez calling for it by himself out on the edge, and here it comes. So the number 10, he will cut back inside, just outside the 18, put it on frame. The runner to the back post was a little late.
Good ball, and you can tell he wanted to cut the ball to the inside. Doesn't quite get enough, but he was looking for that bender to the far post. Mark Fernandez, a left-footed player, and that's the advantage of putting a left-footed player on the right, so he can cut the ball. We see it, you know, when Kofi tries to do it, right-footed player playing on the left.
Freshman Elvin Rivera was making that back post run. Held up nicely. Here's the run by Saperi. Collected by Cisse. Out to the left if he can get him as Kofi, and it will be cleared away before he can get there. Throw to Eastern Florida State College. Saperi in between our camera positions here. And McCall unmarked. Look to distribute, and he'll just play it to the wide side. Pinged back into the park. Into the box. Left for Saperi will move out to the left side. He'll put it on frame and smothered by Quesada.
Good job by Saperi. A little bit long range shot, but that's what you got to try, especially with this wet surface.
Booted to the halfway line. Battle in the air. McCall being called on once again in the midfield. He does earn the free kick. He and Rivera come together.
And that's that duel at midfield that we talked about. This game's going to be one at midfield. Both teams pretty good defensively, and technically they match up pretty well.
Saperi's ball went to the left, out of play. Not on the same page there. The throw down the line upcoming. Again, McCall anticipated. Now Smoke runs on and will facilitate offense, but stepping in front was Gastaldi. Big-bodied Argentine in the middle. So that was Marcus Stein, the Brazilian freshman. Big physical presence back there, number 13.
Yeah, he does a good job at center mid. He loves to cut the ball early, and then he goes forward, plays that through ball. As we see Kofi going down the line, using that speed of his.
Does beat the byline. Here comes the cross. It goes to the back post. Smoke was running on. Nice effort by Gastaldi that time to play it out.
Micah Smoke looking to close the gap in the 18. He made a
delivery
great
of the
run.
ball and then ran. Yep.
He would love to have that one back. Kofi just doesn't quite get enough. Good idea getting down the line, cross that ball. And Micah Smokes, we talked about his presence. Here's once again Kofi, a little bit of help by the head. And look, he doesn't quite get enough, a little bit kind of high. And Micah looking to get there. Credit Pablo Gastaldi with that header, clearing the ball out of the back.
Right now, you would have to say Eastern Florida now going into the ascendancy here in this game. They're starting to wrestle control of this one.
Yeah, I would say so, Jeff. They're finally trying to knock the ball around. This almost started a little bit sluggish, and you can't blame him. Been sitting around for an hour and a half waiting, to get this game on the delay. So it's kind of tough to get going, and they had a short warm-up as well, not typical of, of theirs. They usually take a little bit longer, so I think they're kind of, shaking the legs a little bit and then finally getting going forward.
Matt McLennan, freshman out of Plantation, again playing center back, ball and player down in the box.
It's a penalty for sure. J.J. Donald went out for the header, and then the defender just...
And a yellow on your defender there, Stein.
And a red.
Oh, so down to 10 men is actually Gastaldi is done for the night, and Florida National has been reduced to 10 men. So a foul in the box leads to a penalty and an insult to injury, a man sent off.
And I think Gastaldi led with the elbow.
It was his second yellow, too.
I think his second yellow, that's what he was. Great ball by McCall, nice and driven. Look, J.J. Donnelly goes up, and watch that elbow. Oh, it's absolutely, it's not elbow, but he actually, and you can tell by the way he didn't even look at the ball. He sidestepped the player and just body checked them in the box. Second yellow, great chance for J.J. Donnelly to convert here.
So Donnelly will step up, looking for his team leading fourth goal. Kofi has 4. If he can score this one, they'll be tied for the team lead here in the 23rd. Donnelly steps up and shoots it over the bar, so opportunity missed by the Titans there. Weren't we just talking ahead of the game with Coach 12trees that it seems like the way they've had the big shot disparity on their opponents, they've not really been blowing them out. When you look at how they've played, and they've really bossed games but haven't had the goals to prove it.
Absolutely. Wow, what a great chance for J.J. Donnelly, and completely goes by the wayside. Not the way you want to take a penalty kick. And you can tell he was leaning back a little bit. Of course, he puts that ball over. Almost, I would say, Jeff, a little bit overconfident, if you would.
You and I have talked about it. A lot of levels, especially against an inexperienced team. Go left or right, go low, test them that way.
Absolutely, that's a great point.
If you don't put it on frame, put it on target, you're not going to make any of them.
Absolutely. And to your point, Jeff, make the goalkeeper make it safe if that's the case, as opposed to just making it easier for the goalkeeper and you put the ball over.
Take another look at the effort from the rear cam.
And
yeah, he went to that upper 90 to make it look good, and
yep.
sometimes that happens.
Well, and he was also looking at the reaction of Quesada when he was moving. He kind of waited, and at the very last moment, leaned back, and as you mentioned, goes for that upper 90.
Well, no score for the time being, but Gastaldi's second yellow yields the red card. Ball in the box, and now a foul, and now our referee, Al Grimaldi, will
and
have
that's
some
going to
words.
be a yellow for sure. Anytime you run into the goalkeeper inside the 6, that's
yeah, it is McLennan. So the freshman out of Plantation, McCarthy High School. He comes together with the keeper, Quesada. So the first booking for Eastern Florida.
The important thing to remember here, Jeff, is not only that, J.J. Donnelly misses the penalty kick, but now they're still up a player. So trouble for Florida National in the horizon. Now they got to play with 10 men. And that's a tall order when you're playing again. As we see here, the replay, ball goes into the goalkeeper.
Got to give him a chance.
And Matt McLennan not even looking at the ball, going up and making contact with the goalkeeper inside the 6.
Well, Oliver, 12-3 has told us McLennan is a center back playing right back. Now he's been moved back to the center back spot, and a physical guy. And likes to mix it up, and that time paid the price. But as long as he doesn't get a second yellow like Gastaldi, he'll be fine. But that does change your mentality as a center back too, right?
Absolutely. Now you're down a man, so now you're going to have to change the lines, and you're basically just going to have to play counterattack against a good, solid team who's got plenty of weapons like Eastern Florida.
Keystore is down to 10 men. Nice ball into the box. One player was offside. He had to hold up, and it will be Himes to cover.
Leite playing that through ball.
Was in an offside position, had to let the ball go. That's
Yeah,
got to be the worst feeling in the world. You're like, you can't attack it.
Elvin Rivera, he kind of stepped into early, and as you mentioned, he noticed that he was offside, so you just got to let it run. Frustration in his part as we see the counterattack.
Builds quickly as Smoke won the ball in the air, but it went too far out in front, handled by Carlos Quesada.
And this is when your goalkeeper's got to come up big. He did already in the penalty kick, just using that presence. He's been pretty solid, Quesada. But now he's going to really step up and try to keep this, 0 for Florida National. He knows that it's definitely the pressure's coming from Eastern Florida for sure.
Having a man sent off certainly changes the complexion of a game and how you play. If you're going to try to get something out of this, a tie would be a good result, but you can certainly lock it back a little bit and play the counter.
Absolutely. And the way to do that, Jeff, just, right now, if you're the visiting team, you're trying to get to the halftime just, with a 0-0. Just think half. Don't even worry about the second half. Just divide the game in two, first half and try to go with that, as we call it, and, win each half, or at least tied, and you'll be okay. Yeah. Of course, we talk about the size of this field, 80 by 120, so playing with one less player at some point is gonna hurt you if you're not playing smart.
Wilfred Williams, nice job on the ball, plays it forward, held up by J.J. Donnelly. The run on by Cisse. Donnelly tracks back and warded off the ball. Here comes the counter. They move to the center of the park. The turn is going to be made by Rivera, and now it's taken away.
For Eastern
Ferreira
Florida.
on the left. And Ferreira will be fouled, goes down, but it was a clean challenge first. It will stay with the Titans, we think, as we check on the down player, Gonzalez. So Adai Gonzalez, the Venezuelan, will be checked out.
Yeah, I think it was a clean challenge. Referee close enough, and he doesn't call anything as he's calling for help. As you mentioned, Adai Gonzalez wanting the call against Luke Ferreira, but
to no avail. So 17 minutes to go in this first half. Still no score, but plenty of things to talk about. And now turned over in the center again. How about Wilfred Williams showing the quicks? Now he'll make the run forward with it as Cisse keeps it on his right foot, distributes to the wide side. Here's a shot on the way, the rebound, and a score! J.J. Donnelly, the assist will go to Kofi, who sent the ball in, and it is 1-0 to the Titans.
We talked about, Jeff, the importance of driving the ball on the ground with a wet surface. Here we see it in top of the box, Eastern Florida. Kofi just lets one go. Keeper not able to hold on to the ball. Tap in for J.J. Donnelly, who just missed a penalty kick, so he comes back from that, stays in the game. Able to capitalize on that, so now Eastern Florida 1-0 with that extra player.
J.J. Donnelly's 4th goal, so that did get initially saved by the keeper, so no assist for Kofi.
Quesada has been doing a good job keeping the ball in front of him. On that save, not able to keep it, not able to grab it. We talked about, the ball just kind of skipping away from you with the wet conditions. And J.J. Donnelly, the right place at the right time for a tap in. A lot easier than the penalty kick before, right?
No kidding. So it comes with 16 minutes to play. The breakthrough here for Eastern Florida State College. And now playing down a man and down a goal are the Conquistadors. Played forward. Oh, a great ball, and the offside flag is up. Even the ball's in the back of the net. Flag was up as running on was Fernandez.
Yeah, Mark Fernandez received the ball in an onside position. Does a great job finishing, but it doesn't count. He does, however, use that left foot to go far post. That's what he wants to do, and that's the reason for him playing out of the right mid. Eastern Florida needs to tighten up that defensive third for them.
Seeing what the strategy is, play the direct ball and have somebody run on and hope for something.
And they're always going to look for Mark Fernandez. He does a good job making that run out of the back.
Now here's Craig McCall. Saperi, fresh haircut here tonight. Didn't recognize him at first.
A little more
left side.
A little more aerodynamic.
Another turn and a ball going in. Cisse giving chase. Saperi circles back. And will come back. And the turn will be made. Albert Murch in the game, I believe, for Eastern Florida State College.
Yeah, Dennis Hall came in for Kofi. We see him right here, 18 on top of the box. Another weapon for Eastern Florida.
Played through. And Florida National University defending in numbers. Just waiting for something to open up in the center of the park. It is taken away. Here's Smoke. Held by Donnelly. Nice control. Flag stays down on Hall. Smoke. They tell him to hit it, and he will, but it will be off target.
Yeah, and this is one of the things that Eastern Florida have to be careful with. We see the replay. Ball gets played in an angle. 3 players asking for the offside. Mark Fernandez was offside, but that line has to be nice and tight. You can't just lift your hand and ask for it if it's not on, so keep an eye on that.
Comes near side to Diogo Nani. Man from Rio, a number of players from Rio de Janeiro on Joao Garcia's roster. Saperi. Always calm on the ball. Now is Wilford Williams. He'll make the switch to the right side. Nick Medcraft, the freshman out of Reading, United Kingdom. And that one a little heavy. It went over the line right in front of Oliver 12 Trees. Here comes the throw for the Conquistadors. And immediately turned back over. A one touch by Juan Parada. Setting up in the central midfield. Left to Dennis Hall, Port St. Lucie. Freshman out of Treasure Coast High, and it could not get the ball forward. The run continues. This is Nathaniel Grant, number 16, the Mel High product.
Yeah, so now we have 3 Mel Highs in the middle. You can tell they play together.
Yeah, Saperi, Smoke, Grant.
And that was state
State
champ
championship
team, right?
2 years ago on this field.
When they played together in very dominant class.
2014, a year that the Mel-High girls won as well. They went back to back.
Yeah, not the first time I believe that they've done it back to back, right? For
multiple, it's been done before. Quality of the high school soccer. Great recruiting ground here for Eastern Florida State College. Here's the switch to the left, and Medcraft stepped in front.
Yeah, they don't have to go far to recruit those kids down the street.
On the right side, the attack will come. Little step over, pushed off the ball and retrieved back. It'll come back to center. Micah Smoke plays it forward. Donnelly, he leaves it to the right. Ball bent in, takes a deflection into the box. Hall putting on the pressure, and now it'll be Quesada just to relieve it, sending it left.
Good job by Florida National. They don't panic. They knock the ball out of the back. Even Quesada steps on the ball. That's a sign of a good team that even though they're losing 1-0 down a man, they're still able to play out of the back. They're not, going just kicking the ball up front and see what happens. That's a good sign. It's a sign of a good side.
Not panicking, not just sending it as far as you can.
Absolutely, especially when you think, well, there's only 10 minutes left in the first half and you're down a player, but there's still a lot to play for.
Playing down a man now, it will be Marcus Stein from Espírito Santo, Brazil. Does have a goal this season.
And this is where the experience of head coach Joao Garcia is going to come into play.
The flag stays down. The run being made by Gonzalez, the Venezuelan. And it'll be a corner.
For him, Jeff, for Coach Garcia, is he needs to find a way to hit the equalizer without giving another one. So for him, it's going to be a matter of, set pieces, corner kicks, free kicks, capitalize, and at the same time, do not let him score another one. As we see Masachesi, that center mid for Eastern Florida, coming into the game.
Two-time state champion at Cypress Bay High School, a team we've seen a number of times when we've done the high school finals. Masachesi out of Weston. So he will check in the game now, the number 6. And here comes the throw for Eastern Florida State College. Under 10 to play opening half. They lead 1-0 and also have an extra man as compared to Florida National. They had a man sent off for a second yellow in Gastaldi back in the 23rd minute.
And what Franco Masachesi does for this Eastern Florida, he connects the dots in the middle. He's a very good technical left-footed player. He gets the ball out of the back, finds the forward's feet.
There's a turnover as Hall putting on the pressure. This time, well, they clear it out. He will save it into the corner. It does go out for a throw, not a corner kick. Oh, no. Am I saying goal kick? No. It is a corner. Oh, no, it is a throw.
Actually,
Okay.
throw, yeah.
I was like, why is he going to the corner?
He actually
will
saved
leave it.
Yeah.
Saperi quickly into Hall. And it'll be a throw once again. No denying that one. Take their time coming in. Ball in play. We were waiting for a ball. Now we've got 2 of them on the field. Shari will wait. Saperi's throw into Dennis Hall. Parada. Oh, nice 1-2 combination in the center. Here's the turn by Masachesi. Could not quite get there, but now Smoke will let it fly, and he sends it into the tennis courts.
And Masachesi, actually, the defender made contact, and that's kind of a dangerous play. He went down, referee close enough. Micah Smokes just teeing one up that hasn't landed yet. And he won for a while.
Good luck finding it. Luckily, it didn't send off a car alarm.
And that's one of those, Jeff, that you just love to take the pain out of it and, you know what, just tee it up. Unfortunately, either goes in the back of the net or in the 15th row of the tennis courts, as that one did.
Sure, he can play tennis too. Another ball played through offside, though. Just a step off.
Leonardo Rodriguez in the game. You can tell he was looking for that through ball. And of course, Eastern Florida playing that tight flat back four in the back, so they kept the line pretty well. Leonardo not able to find that gap. Gets called for an offside.
Up the line, Saperi. And turned over. Here comes the run from Gonzalez. They'll play it back, and every time they play it back, it's taken away. All the gaps are being filled by the defenders and attackers from Eastern Florida. Running on late was Kuyate, who's in the game now in the latter portions of this first half. Getting everybody a quick break. 1-0 our score. 6 minutes to play.
And Kuyate not, he's known for scoring as well. Masachesi was looking for him in the 1-2, not a little bit behind on that ball. But Kuyate, another dangerous player for this Eastern Florida offense.
About the first 10 minutes, it's been bossed by the home side here. And a penalty was missed, or it would be 2-0 right now. This is Himes. And Williams will build. Parada. Hall, a little back heel to nobody. Saperi was staying home on the number 10, Mark Fernandez.
Yeah, and that kind of has been the story of this game for Eastern Florida, where they haven't been as precise on the touches.
Fernandez now with it, gets it onto the left foot, and we'll circle back and leave it into space. Trying to make the turn on Masachesi. Say that, maybe Brian De Freitas. That'll be Sloan Davidson to throw. Under 5. A little collision. And Himes will come all the way out of his box and just clear it. All the way to the halfway line. So here
Good
comes
awareness
the throw.
by Himes. Yeah, he sees that through ball. And Saperi just came back from that collision, so that's a good job just clearing the ball out of the back.
Here's a throw from Aray Gonzalez. And they'll do it again, just a little further towards the target. Gonzalez to throw.
FNU running out of time in this first half to hit the equalizer. And for them, they need to regroup at halftime and fix the line since they're playing with one less player, trying to figure out how they can create some chances against this Eastern Florida.
Yeah, hoping to get something from this game. They trail 1-0 and will need at least a goal to make that happen. I have a feeling, though, the Titans will pounce again here shortly.
Well, especially because, they have 3 of their starters out. And, in the second half, they're just going to bring everybody back in.
And put it to bed, at least try. That'll be the objective. 3 minutes to go, opening half. Saperi will take a long touch, then does come back off of smoke. And you hear our microphones pick up the sentiments there. Come to the ball. Along the right it goes.
We see Coach Garcia saying, "Where's everybody? Come."
Ball takes a deflection going through. That was Grant. Also Kuyate up there. Was slated to go to the University of Maryland because he was a Baltimore native. He finds himself here with the Titans to exercise the game. Ball over the top, flag is up. Offside.
Yeah, and that long ball is really not going to work for FNU. That's Renan Leite once again looking for that through ball in the air.
Medcraft. Parada, who's had some injury issues. Now, nice to see the Bolivian back in the lineup for Oliver 12 Trees. And that pairing with McCall, certainly able to dominate things first couple of games. Left in the center. Medcraft tried to blow it up. Conquistadors continuing the attack. Here's the run from Fernandez. And getting stuck in was Wilford Williams. He took it away.
And the speed of Williams coming out of the back to Hall.
Hall will play one-on-one. It will be kicked out for a throw by Nani, who stood him up. Here's Smoke. He's played the entire half. Superb condition. Here's the switch. The race is on. And another ball drilled into the box. Took a big deflection, and then I'll come back near side. Smoke tried to keep it on his foot as Jose Chavez step two. Now the ball will be set on frame and put right of the target. See the danger that these Titans possess here with just 30 seconds to go. Massachesi.
Yeah, Massachesi playing the ball on the ground, looking for that far post. Quesada lays down that nice dive.
Well, this will likely play out the balance of this first half. 5 seconds remain as Himes will just hold the ball. And that will do it for half number one. We started an hour late, but we've gotten 45 in the books. The Titans have a 1-0 halftime lead on Florida National University. We'll come back with a look at those first half highlights when we come back on WEFS TV.
With each new day comes a renewed call to greatness. At Eastern Florida State College, we are rising to lead the way and build our better future now. With a unique group of emerging leaders who are striving here today to impact our global tomorrow. This is where new voices are heard and new dreams ascend, where vision is shared, ideas are exchanged, and careers take flight. This is where heart and dedication ensure a mutual resolve that rises to meet new challenges. This is where compassionate commitment creates higher achievement, and bold steps lead to bright discoveries. This is where a proud heritage meets passion and excellence, where we come together in a close community to push further and go higher, lifting us all. This is where we choose to stand, with people who care, in a place we love, to pursue purpose with courage and confidence. This is where we achieve distinction, seize the moment, and follow our hearts to the destination of our dreams. Successfully, together. Eastern Florida, where Titans rise.
My name is Chase Trammell, and I'm a 2015 Citizen Scholar. A Citizen Scholar has devoted hundreds of hours to community service through the Center for Service Learning. Eastern Florida State College is very intertwined with the community and with community partners. Students who are designated Citizen Scholars really set themselves apart as people who want to improve their community, improve the lives of the people around them, improve different processes. There's such a wide variety of volunteer sites that they can volunteer at. So in particular, in my work as an academic intern for the liberal arts department, I helped a lot of students with one-on-one discussions about their assignments. I helped to put forward new programs in proposals, and I really felt what I was doing affected real change within the school and with the educational system and within this community. In our daily lives, we have a lot of issues. We see a lot of issues that we cannot really affect. You might see a homeless person or a stray dog or somebody who can't afford childcare and therefore can't have a job. A lot of things that we can feel very powerless about. Through service learning, we have this unique opportunity. We can enact real affecting change upon different issues within the community and within our lives. Service learning can be a really great way to affect things that you feel you are powerless against. And I feel like that's very special.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Polk State College Eagles, live Monday at 6 on WEFS.
We are back at the Titan Soccer Complex as Eastern Florida State College leading Florida National University 1-0 in this men's contest on a Friday night. A score update from Georgia. Darton State trailing the Titans 2-0 in a battle of number 1 versus number 2. That score update comes at half. So exciting times on the fields, in the gym, in the classrooms, and on campus here at Eastern Florida State College. It's been an era of unprecedented growth, and to talk with us now, Ryan Keel, the Assistant Athletic Director here at Eastern Florida State College, making his TV debut here.
There we go.
How are you?
Thanks for having me, Jeff.
So this is a program. This is an athletic program that you've had to deal with just 9 sports, and now that's soon to be 11 sports on campus as we continue to grow.
Yeah, we're very excited. We just announced recently that we're going to be adding a women's golf team and a men's tennis team. So pretty exciting times here at Eastern Florida State College. You know, we recently built the new tennis facility, so we figured, you know, why not roll out another program to utilize that. And as far as golf goes, I mean, there's no better hotbed in the country for golf than in the state of Florida.
It certainly helps that you have a really fine women's tennis and men's golf team already here, so it just seems like it's a logical move.
Yeah, it was a seamless transition. I mean, in the area, given what schools have these sports, it just felt like it was an easy decision for us with the facilities we had, with the talent in the area to make this happen.
And expansion, a very big thing here for the university at this point in time, really the last couple of years, in more ways than one.
Yeah, we've really been adding a lot of facilities over here, which you can tell from what we're at right now with this beautiful complex. Since I've actually come on board, we've revamped the new baseball stadium. We've added the tennis facility. We're working on the golf complex. So it's an exciting time here for our sports facilities and as the college as well.
And a new softball field coming soon too,
right?
Which is going to be a very big endeavor.
New announcement, and just over to our right, you'll see that's the land for where it's going to happen, and we're in the process of getting ready to break ground here soon.
But remember, these are student athletes, so what they do in the classroom is big too, but the expansion continues there. 27 new athletic programs too, and those job fields of business, healthcare, and computer technology.
Yeah, and that's really a credit to President Dr. Ritchie and the Board of Trustees. They've really helped to expand this college, and with all the programs that they've been adding, it's a great asset for us, for our athletes, to offer them these type of programs. Like you said, almost 30 new programs added. So it's great for for our students to be able to have these options.
Yeah, 900 new students have enrolled since those academic programs have been unveiled. Um, and how easy is it to become a student now? I mean, this is becoming a really viable option here for students in this county and beyond.
Yeah, it's I mean, this is like we said, Brevard's a growing county, and there's just so much potential in this area in terms of job growth. So these programs that we've been adding are huge, and we've seen the growth in those numbers that you said. I mean, it's truly an exciting time on campus.
6 new academic buildings as well. It seems like this place, they always say the road to success is always under construction. That is true on this campus, right? I mean, it's always new buildings.
Oh, yeah. The new public safety building is incredible that opened last year. I got to take a tour of it and see it now that it's open. And, I mean, I can't imagine there's a public safety institute in the country that rivals what we have.
And talk a little bit just about the partnerships with the businesses in the community that seem to continually get involved here with the athletic program and the school in general.
Yeah, we're very lucky. I mean, people can see that this college is on the rise, and they want to be a part of it. You know, we're lucky. There's a lot of neighbors who've reached out to us who want to be part of this, and we're you know, like I said, we've been growing, and we're looking forward to working with these local community businesses.
Well, Ryan Keel, the Assistant Athletic Director here at Eastern Florida State College, thanks so much for your time and filling us in on all these exciting things happening around the campus.
Thanks, Jeff.
No problem. So when we come back, we will have second half action. Hopefully have a little time to show you a few highlights from this one. But it is 1-0 at the half as Eastern Florida set to warm up and come back out here as they're taking on Florida National University, a brand new program. The scoring happened, we thought would be a penalty kick. It did not happen, and it was Donnelly with his 4th goal of the season to put the Titans in front of the game. They really bossed the possession for the most part. So we'll see how we do when we come back. It's the Conquistadors and the Titans. You're watching Eastern Florida State Athletics here on WEFS TV.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Polk State College Eagles, live Monday at 6 on WEFS. Recently, the Eastern Florida State College men's golf team held its 2015 Fall Media Day. Head coach Jamie Howell will need to prepare his players for an ambitious fall schedule that sets the stage for the spring championship season.
Your fall season just gives you an idea of who you are. You know, here's what we're capable of doing, here's where we need to improve, and then you make sure you don't try to do things you're not capable of at this time. So the big issue for me is just letting things play themselves out. You know, literally have the guys prepare and go play at each event and see how we do. You're not going to win if you don't have talent, and even more, you need some chemistry to go with it. So you're looking for guys that are going to fit together. I don't expect them to be best friends forever, but I expect them all to be on the same page, and if we all strive for the same goals, we'll do just fine, even filling those slots every year.
I see a positive being that we are young, but we're eager to build up on experience, eager to build up on being in the heat of the moment like last year. But it's going to be tough. And the positives we have is that Nationals is home. It's not traveling anywhere, and we're going to feel a little more comfortable being around, Brevard County instead of traveling to Kansas or Texas.
Well, I've heard obviously a lot about this program. Obviously, they've got a great history, and obviously being in America, it's great weather, and I feel like coming over here I'll be able to excel in my game and compete with great players. We have some good sophomores in the team, very good, and if I can learn of what they've done over the last year, it might help me in the next few months developing as a golfer.
Sometimes you feel a little target on your back when you go to tournaments, but like golf is, you can't expect anything. Anybody can win on any given day, and I think that's going to be one of the things we're going to have to learn this year is we've lost a couple players that really helped us last year, but we're going to be replacing them this year with some good freshmen.
So check out the Eastern Florida State College website and come out and support your Titans.
We're going to try to repeat or if not do better. I mean, the goal is always to win, regardless. I didn't come here to get second place, and I don't think any of the guys did either.
This is where we're building the future. This is where we meet the challenge, where leaders emerge and careers take flight. This is where you discover new opportunities. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College. This is where we're building the future, where you discover new opportunities and careers take flight. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Polk State College Eagles, live Monday at 6 on WEFS.
Back at the Eastern Florida State College campus, we're at the Titan Soccer Complex. Second half set to get underway between the Titans and the Conquistadors of Florida National, and the visitors were reduced to 10 men, and we'll see how they adjust that formation here. Jeff Radcliffe, Eddie Rodriguez, is second half action underway with Eastern Florida attacking left to right.
It is going to be, Jeff, interesting to see what modifications this Conquistadors team do. They're down a goal and, of course, down a man as well. So for them, it is imperative to try to get some chances, trying to get on the scoreboard, and at the same time not to give anything out of the back.
Be Medcraft to force it up to the top as Donnelly, the goal scorer, can't keep it on his feet, but does force the ball out. And it will be Conquistador ball. Update from Darton State. It was Eastern Florida State College, top team in all the land. The women knocking off Darton State 3-0. So they will entrench themselves in that number one spot as they get the shutout on the road against the number 2 team in the country. So we will see them here on TV next week.
That was the 1 and 2 in the country, proving that they belong, and especially on the road. Great result for Eastern Florida.
Undefeated. Jeff Carr's bunch. Here comes the Conquistadors as they spread the ball wide. Seen some dangerous forays into the attacking half. Now running on, the shot is off target, off the foot of Brian De Freitas.
De Freitas found a ball on top of the box, kind of streaming by itself. Try to go with a one-timer with a left-footed. Not able to get a hold of the whole ball and kind of sails away to the far post.
De Freitas from Miami Beach. So Kofi, excuse me, that was Cisse.
Kind of the
on
same
that
haircut.
Right side,
so.
yeah. Got the stripes. As bent to the other side. On the right side it goes. Eastern Florida building with McCall. And new keeper for Eastern Florida is Kakuta Jada from Atlanta, Georgia, the sophomore. Transfer from Georgia Perimeter College. Ball will find Jada right now.
Good chance for Jada to get some quality minutes. Nate Himes has been in there pretty much the whole time throughout the season, so it's always good to give some of your second string players a chance and some quality minutes in there so they can get some experience. And at the same time, you never know when you're going to call upon them to perform, so they got to be ready.
Cisse releases the ball left side to Kofi, and Yannick will play against two defenders and come out of it, send the ball towards the goal, and falling on it once again is Quesada.
J.J. Donnelly was looking to get at the end of that.
Poach.
Yeah, that little poacher in the near post. Kind of the same way he scored early in the first half.
Take their time here. Again, down a man. As it was a second yellow on Gastaldi in the 23rd minute that put them in this precarious spot. At the time, it was 0-0. Then Donnelly scored 6 minutes later to give the Titans the lead. This after him missing the penalty kick. Wilfred Williams there with the interplay. Leonardo Rodriguez runs on and pushed off the ball by Kofi. He will commit the foul. Just underway second half. This is Conquistadors attacking. Try that right side again. A lot of the action they've had, Eddie, has been from that right.
Yeah, they love to go on that side of the field.
Oh.
We see the physicality of this game right here. Look, Ferreira, as we see the ref close enough.
Yeah, Chavez felt he got fouled, and then it's always the second person to commit the
absolutely
to commit the infraction the second time around.
They always call the second one. I think that was Juan Parada coming off the bench for the Conquistadors.
The Colombian playing along that left side. Now McCall will try to build. He'll send it to Williams, who uses the kicks to catch up. We'll play it up the line. Kofi. It will be Eastern Florida ball.
Just not sharp enough today for Eastern Florida. Not what we are accustomed to see, and I'm not sure if it was, you know, a little bit because of the lightning delay, or they just seem a little bit sluggish, like they're almost off just a tad, just a step.
They look back at what put them a man down. Was this foul in the box? No, it wasn't a red, but it was a second yellow. It was a forearm shiver.
Absolutely, you see that elbow right there, especially from that view. I hadn't seen that view, and the referee close enough. You can see the intention of making contact with that left elbow into J.J. Donnelly's face. You mentioned second yellow, and that would have been straight red, whether you had a yellow or not, now that I got to see that angle. And that's how we ended up where we are, 1-0 lead for Eastern Florida. And that's that FNU lost a player, now playing with 10 men.
Trying to take their time to build something. It's 2-on-4 here. Nothing comes of it, as you'd expect. Take a special player to win that. Here's the throw. Stays with the Conquistadors. Yeah, you don't want to let this team hang around, especially down a man. They start believing in themselves if they can get something from this.
Well, especially a team that, you know, it's very good technically with some good foreign players. So you're right. They have the ability to come back and put one in the back of the net. So you do not want to let them hang around. If you're Eastern Florida, you got to put them away. Put your chances away, especially because you have the numerical advantage right now playing with 11 against 10. Use the width, use the space, and put them away early.
Had a conversation with Adrian Heath of Orlando City, their manager, They've set a record for playing a man down in MLS, 311 minutes this year in their inaugural season. And he said, the people that will say it's harder to play a man up because people pack in. You always hear that adage. That's, oh, it's tough when you go a man up because they bunker. He said, I'll take a man up every time.
Absolutely.
Now it's to the right side is Medcraft. Will get the ball to the top of the box. It does find Kofi, who gets the turn and puts it over the top.
Great idea by Kofi. Great moves. And Marcus Stein, give him credit with that shot. Good job once again. Ferreira going down the line, crossing the ball. JJ to Kofi. Kofi goes to his right. Try to get around the whole defense.
Not really a bad effort considering he had to cut it back at the tough angle. Does lead to a corner. It took a deflection. So
And
Kofi will tee it up.
Absolutely a tough angle to try to strike the ball.
Goes to the back post, headed back down, and just cleared off the line. Seemed to have beaten the keeper Quesada, but the defender was there.
Saperi with that header far post. And he headed the ball the way you're supposed to on the way down. Say yes to the ball. Good job by Quesada, just getting a glove on that when we thought he was defeated. And Eastern Florida finally knocking on the door.
Medcraft releases Kofi here on the right side. Another ball into the area, skirts through the 6, and it is over the line. It will be a corner. Again, took a deflection off of a conquistador player.
Diego Nani with a clearance.
They heard you talking about.
Absolutely. Look at this far post. Saperi gets a header, and Quesada just one-handed save right there, just right on the line.
Nani, I think either Nani or Stein cleared it off.
And you're right, Jeff. I think they heard me saying they started a little bit sluggish, so they're finally picking it up.
I don't know,
this is more like it.
Well, this isn't soundproof glass, so. Now, nice build-up coming here. Medcraft called for it. They played it inside. Hands go up for the offside, and that's what it is, as our assistant referee signals so.
Yeah, both Cisse and Kofi offsides.
You didn't mention their hair. It is tough to tell them apart from a distance. They got the Giassi Zardes thing going.
It is tough. The only way I can tell them apart is by the shoes.
Yeah.
Cisse
you
with
can
the
look
blue,
at the other way.
And actually the other way around. Kofi with the pink kicks.
They asked Zardes about the hairstyle, why he wears it. As now a run is coming from the Conquistadors. It will be sent to the left. Continue that thought in a moment. Comes all the way back to Davidson and whistled to the other side on the switch. And they'll play it across, trying to find some sort of space. Comes all the way back. Cannot venture far forward, and now the physicality of Donnelly does commit the foul. It will come back the other way. But continuing the story on Zardes, the reason he wears the hair like that is because his grandmother does not have good eyesight, and that's the only way she can see him when she's watching him on TV. She notices the streak of hair, the blonde hair. There's a shot from distance. It's over the top and in the net. Golazo for the Conquistadors. Beats Jada over the top, and we're even at 1. Holy cow.
Wow, Marcus Stein with an absolutely cannon from about 45 yards out. Just completely drives one out. Finds the box right here. Just finds it in the middle of the field. Plenty of time, lets it go, and the ball just dips. Nothing the goalkeeper could do. He's off his line.
Stein's second goal of the season, a bomb.
You had just, finished, Jeff, saying that this is the kind of team that you cannot, let him go. You cannot give him a lot of time, and that's exactly what Eastern Florida does. Stein with a great goal, just with a cracker to put this game 1-1.
We'll come all the way back. And now they've got something from the game. Let's see if they bunker a little bit more and make it tough for Eastern Florida to get the result they want. They want to win.
And that's exactly what they came out in the second half, knowing that it was going to take something like that as you call it, a moment of brilliance from one of the players, and Marcus Stein. Give him credit for, looking up. He gets the ball in the middle of the field, just having the ability and the vision to let it go from there. You can tell not his first time doing it.
No, not at all. Now along the line, it will stay with Eastern Florida. You see a little jump in their step, a little urgency now.
And now this is when Eastern Florida, this is when you see characters, when you see people showing or hiding, one of the two. When the game's on the line, plenty of time, 33 minutes left.
56th minute, Stein from downtown, from just inside halfway. So you're gonna give me the space, I'll take it. Now Smoke, it's turned over in the middle. And that will go into touch. Did take a deflection though, so it will stay with the Conquistadors.
And see if we can see another angle right here. Stein, Marcus, looks, plenty of time, looks up and just lets it go. Watch that ball, it just dips right at the very end. The goalkeeper misjudges that. He should have been on his line. But when you have that much time, Jeff, time to tee it up. You see the leg again. He's got that long range shot, and now he switches the point of attack. We talked about the physicality of...
Oh, took a deflection on its way to Jada that time. They had a runner coming late. It's time for Eastern Florida State College to scramble a little bit here.
Yeah, and this is when keeping the ball, going at the attack.
Medcraft will continue the run, and now pulling up somewhat lame there was Stein, the goal scorer. Now he's okay, walking it off.
Yeah, we talk about how physical he is in the back, his physical presence.
Smoke, make the switch. A long distance attempt to flick on by Donnelly, and cleared out of there. Working in on Sloan. Smoke bends the ball in right into the gut on one bounce to Quesada.
This is when the shape, and I'm talking about the physical shape of Florida National, is going to show, playing with 10 men in this big field.
Well, generally, you'll let people take shots from distance. You're okay with that.
Absolutely.
Not where they're going to be pinpoint on target. Just skirting underneath the crossbar. Too much time on the ball, though. Run will continue. Nice hold-up play. Rodriguez sends it out right. Head coach Joao Garcia urging the lads forward. There's now some snipping and sniping. A quick restart by the Conquistadors. Trying to get the edge on Williams. Ball chipped to the back post. Medcraft has it. As a runner was coming up on him quick. Here's Donnelly into some space, cuts it to the inside. Kofi will get there on the extra effort by Donnelly. There's a shot from distance, and it's saved by Quesada.
Yeah, Kofi making good contact with the ball. You can see how the ball was dipping right at the end. We see Oliver 12-3 a little bit frustrated because he knows his team should be up right now. And, when you have the numerical advantage, and let's not forget that they missed a penalty kick already. Could have been crucial, as you mentioned. That could have been the 2-1.
Well, if they make that, it's 2-0 before they even see. Yeah, you're right. Even 2-1's a lot better than they are now.
Yeah, and because it gives you that calm as well. You got the time and you got the score. So now you feel the pressure a little bit. They don't. They can just sit back and, they have 1-1. They're the visiting team.
They'll take that all day.
They'll take that all day, and they're going to knock the ball around, kill the clock. So you're going to be.
Still got a half an hour, though. And that one rolls in. So over the touchline it goes, and it will be a throw the other way. Have the lion's share of possession here, as you would expect, playing a man up. As Pablo Gastaldi, the Argentine, was sent off in the 23rd minute after receiving his second yellow of the match.
Yeah, and
That
it was
foul yielded the penalty kick that was missed.
actually elbow to the face of J.J. Donnelly.
There's content to possess here, the Conquistadors. And we'll come back to the keeper right at the edge of the 18-yard box.
And now look, FNU doing the same thing, using the width. Keeper gets it, playing with the time.
Donnelly gives chase. Stein, great with the ball at his feet. Pegs it forward. Now comes the run. This is Lete.
Yeah, that's one race that you're not going to win against, Wilfred Williams, a.k.a. Wills. The Wheels. That guy just...
Wilfred Wheels Williams.
And this is the angle that I like. J.J. Donnelly goes out. There's that elbow. There's that contact that you see so obvious. And the ref, right place, right time.
And now we've got a tough challenge as we're back to live action. And it is Renan Lete, the Brazilian, who is down. And we've just had a yellow shown the way of Saperi, I believe. And we'll see if Shari heads to the bench here.
Definitely a physical game, and a lot of times that's what happens, Jeff, when you have, the rain, the grass is wet, it's a lot easier to tackle, and when you go for a tackle, it's a lot easier to slide an extra 5-6 yards, so.
Massachesi will come on. We're also seeing Ferreira being taken off for a short spell. Here's another look, a sliding challenge. And just got into the back. Didn't look like it was
didn't look
too
like
bad.
much, but Saperi did make contact with the player. Late.
Yeah, certainly wasn't malicious. There's another free kick effort into the box. Flick on, header, offside.
And once again, Eastern Florida lucky. They have to be careful in those set pieces. Once again, a little bit lucky for them because Florida National was knocking on the door. They get called for an outside.
Kofi steps over as Rodriguez holds his ground. The pass back. Up to the top it goes and unable to win Donnelly. Medcraft forcing the issue, getting physical along the touchline. And it's Florida National ball.
That's a good challenge right there. Castagna versus Medcraft, who's always busy in the midfield, always running, always tackling. Very good defensive center mid for this Eastern Florida Titans.
Headed forward. Kudajada comes out. The middle it goes to Wilfred Williams. McCall. Out left it goes. Albert Murch, I believe, back there. And subs coming back on. So it'll be Parada, the Bolivian, back in. So one out of Santa Cruz, Bolivia.
It's a good time right now, Jeff, for fresh legs right now. Get players a little bit of a breather so you can make a push in the last 10, 15 minutes of this match for both teams as well. Whether you're trying to put it away for Eastern Florida or just keep fighting for Florida National, trying to keep that 1-1.
Chance Massachesi is into the 18. Here he comes, lays it across, and it's off the top of the crossbar. The second ball in will take a deflection. It should be a corner kick.
Coffee with a sitter. He should have scored that ball. Great job by Massachesi going down the line. Coffee with a wide open goal. Hits the crossbar.
Not out of the woods yet. It will be held in. Medcraft. To the back post it goes, and off his line, Quesada played it well.
That was a great chance for Eastern Florida. Watch this angle. Massachesi gets to the inline, crosses that ball. The defender misses it. Kofi right by himself, not able to put it down, hits the crossbar, and then with a half a scissor kick, ball goes for a corner kick. And I guarantee you, Jeff, he's going to want to have that one back. He will think about that one all night long.
Another opportunity missed. Again, letting them hang around. They've already leveled things at 1. Now under 25 to go.
And that's what I was talking about earlier. It's that little touch right there that I think Eastern Florida does not look sharp. They don't look as usual, so hopefully they're, can capitalize on one of those chances. But Kofi ever so close. You could smell it.
Oliver 12 trees with some frustration along the technical area. Massachesi will make the move, a little quick stop start. And we'll try to get the overlap on the left. It won't come, and it'll be just cleared out. So it will be a throw for Eastern Florida State College.
So Perry back in the match, the left fullback. It's amazing how much Eastern Florida's fullbacks love to go up. For Perry to be a left fullback, you see how much he's around the ball and always in the middle of the play.
Matriculating the ball down the other side. Cleared away by Williams, who just punts it forward. Showing some quality, this team from Hialeah, South Florida. Another run, waiting for a late run coming, ball into the box. Wilfred Williams there the whole way. Will lead to a corner, though.
Once again, you're not going to beat that man by speed. Wheels, Wilfred Williams. Maybe in a header, but you will not get around him speed-wise.
So here comes the corner. If you can get the flag out of the way first. Oh, boy.
It's Mark Fernandez telling the linesman, well, how am I going to hit it?
It's an in-swinger, top of the 6-yard area. Trying to hold it in, header after header, does fall inside the box, got it clear. Comes all the way to halfway. Cleaned up by Adai Gonzalez.
Very smart by Adai Gonzalez all the way to the goalkeeper. Because that wasted another 30, 40 seconds of the clock. And they're in no rush.
Oh, there's a foul there. This will yield a free kick for Eastern Florida.
Kofi gets a little push from behind.
Quick restart. Comes out to Medcraft. Massachesi cuts in. He's got some quicks as well. Back out to Medcraft. Defender comes on. Close him down. Boy, nice cross into the box. Bounces and ping-pongs around the area. Swing and a miss. Now here comes the counter attempt. Williams and McLennan doing the tough work here. Runs forward. Medcraft holds it in, and it went into touch first. So throw to the visitors. It will be Chavez, Colombian junior. That's one thing about this team. They're not technically a junior college, so they do have juniors and seniors on the roster.
And that's a big difference, Jeff, because you have players that are playing 4 years, 3 years for this team, as opposed to Eastern Florida that has that quick turnaround. You have them for 1, 2. As we talked about the whole defense this year, it's a totally new defense. They lost all 4 defenders last year, so it does make a difference, especially how in conjunction the players can play.
But just in the maturity as well. On the left, little stutter step left into the center. Parada. Now the ball Ball's bent in, goes to that back post. Massachusetts was lurking. The ball didn't make it all the way through.
Yeah, so Perry driving that ball, looking for J.J. Donnelly.
Smoke to Medcraft. Some space will take it. Trying to get the edge, goes down outside of the box, recovers. Here comes another cross, and it's a goal! It was a shot instead, and Nick Medcraft has his first goal of the season, and it comes at a great time with under 20 to play.
Medcraft with a great strike just when he thought he was going to go down. Collects the ball, takes the player on. Watch this, how he falls down, but is able to keep the ball. Gets up, great vision, looks up. When you think he's going to drive the ball across, he drives the ball into the net. Quesada loses track of that ball, and nothing he can do.
But
making
celebrate.
it 2-1 with a great, premiership celebration. Talk about a player who's been nonstop running all over the place, tackling, winning balls.
71st minute, it is now 2-1, so they've Titans have gotten the lead back from an unlikely source with his first goal, the right back Nick Medcraft, who loves man versus wild, and he pulled a Bear Grylls on the celebration, hit the deck, slid across the turf.
Great timing as well, Jeff, giving your team a little bit of calmness. We talked about the importance of them going up. So now you're going to force Florida National to come out and really have to go forward and try to push the lines. Sitting back, it's no longer a choice for them.
Well, good fight on each side for the Conquistadors to play a man down and level things, but now Eastern Florida with some pressure on, able to answer. Now we'll hold off for the last 20 minutes. An insurance goal would be nice, but now we've seen the quality that the Conquistadors possess.
And by no means this game's over, Jeff. We've seen the quality, as you mentioned, of FNU.
Lete will leave it right side. Again, they've attacked exclusively from the middle to the right tonight. So they like what the personnel they've got on that side.
Yeah, it's almost like they've been playing without a left mid.
We'll try that side again. Race is on, and it goes over the line. Will be corner kick for Florida National University.
And keep an eye on the big man going on, Marcus Stein. He's the one that scored the first goal for FNU. He's going to go into the box looking for that ball.
Gonzalez with the right hand in the air. Here comes the corner kick. It's an out swinger into the 6. Jota off his line. Will get back in quickly. A foul committed. Goal kick. Jota will roll it left. Micah Smoke went all the way back. Everybody calling for it. Give it to me. Leaving it left. Kofi. Hot to trot. Here comes the cross, ball into the box, corner kick.
And there's that speed again for Kofi. We talked about the importance of how fast he is getting around. He's able to cross the ball with his left foot. One-on-one, probably one of the best players in the conference.
The ball is in the air. And Yannick has 17 minutes to continue a nice trend. He has scored in every game this season. Yet to score in this one. Certainly had a couple of chances. We talked with Coach ahead of the game. He thinks he can be scoring more goals, multiple goals per game.
I agree with Coach Twelvetree. As a matter of fact, he should have had a goal today. He kind of went up a little bit, hit the crossbar, but he's ever so dangerous. So as a player like that, especially when you have so many weapons in Eastern Florida, he should be scoring more.
Dennis Hall
for
had a
the
nice
Titans.
run. Able to run back onto the ball, leaves it left. Kofi. McCall, maybe he'll give it a go. He does. It takes a deflection. Corner kick again for the Titans.
Marcus Stein stepping in, deflects the ball.
Massachusetts will settle over here. and approach this with the left foot.
You can tell, Jeff, how the body language of FNU changed after that second goal.
And Swinger into the box, lays forever inside the 6. Here's a shot from distance, and Medcraft will not get a goal number 2 with that effort. Well, they say goals change games, and it's not just about the scoreline. It does change a mentality.
Absolutely. They almost look a little bit sluggish now, and they don't have that step anymore, that little jump into their step. As soon as they score the equalizer, it's almost like a different team.
At the halfway line. Time winding short here. Florida National coming in 3-3-5. So we'll go under 500 for the season if they can't pull a goal back here. Medcraft. Looking right. Hall. No problem for Quesada. Trying to get by Smoke, have to leave it back. Now it's turned over. Kofi. He'll try from distance again and put it into the netting behind the goal.
And this is when Kofi's got to take advantage of the situation because the team's still down a man.
Well, the Titan women took care of business tonight. #1 ranked against the #2 ranked Darton State. Men trying to stay unbeaten as well tonight. Have had a battle throughout, and there's a challenge from behind. This will just get a settle. Parada, the guilty party. So Parada, again, native of Bolivia, but was educated here in the United States. St. Benedict's Prep in New Jersey. Won 3 national championships at 3 different levels. So an all-around winner. The run comes from the right again. Leave it in the center. Boy, a great ball, but the defender's there to catch up. Trailing runner has it. They're press him out quick.
That was a great ball too.
Really clustering there.
Yeah, Barriga making a good run out of the back, just not able to release the ball early enough.
Nice give and go. See if it amounts to anything. It's over the top of the bar. Was it touched by Jada? Goal kick.
FNU going at the 1-2s right here. It's a great return ball. As he's looking for the far post, gets a little bit too much under. I think there's actually a deflection by the defender. I don't think the referee saw that. That should have been a corner kick.
It was Anton Blom who made the move there, the sophomore from Stockholm, Sweden. And there's a challenge. Got a yell. That's a Chessie down. And very uncomfortable at the moment.
Yeah, it's a hard tackle. They make contact right there. Masachesi, who's been busy ever since he came in.
Well, Masachesi likes to play the guitar, but that time he got tuned up.
And here's another angle of that. Ball, Smokes placed a great ball into the space. Masachesi looking for that. Mark Stein too, and well, he does get the ball. You can see by the divot on the ground, but he also gets a piece of Masachesi. And believe it or not, I think Stein got the worst off of that because he immediately went down, and he's still down on that left ankle.
See, Oliver Twelvetry is all the way here on the near touchline, trying to rally the troops here to finish this with some style and some panache.
Well, and that could very well be cramps. Mark Stein's been in the whole game. Of course, he scored the first goal, and now been making those long runs, diagonal runs, so must be pretty tired.
Holding the right ankle. Eastern Florida's trainers out to help. Time stopped at 11:53 here in our second half. 2-1 the score. Eastern Florida getting the go-ahead goal in the 71st from Nick Medcraft, his first of the season. This after Marcus Stein on the golazo from just inside the halfway. And now he is down being tended to. So glad you're with us here on WEFS TV. A reminder that our games are all webcast on Team1sports.com/EFSC. Also on our YouTube channel, youtube.com/Eastern Florida. So many platforms and ways to watch your Titans. As the night continuing to get late. Again, we started an hour late because of weather in the area. Now 9:45 here in Brevard County.
So now we
Sub
finally
will
get a
come,
sub, yeah.
He will limp off, take the long way around. I hate to see that. He's had a big game.
Yeah, great game. He's been solid for his Florida national team, and you know, he's not one of those guys who's just gonna step out because he's got a little bit of pain. So it must be serious for him to go out of the game with still 12 minutes left in this game.
Dennis Hall, pride of Port St. Lucie, will just give it back to the keeper, Quesada. Distribute out right. Under 12 minutes to go for the Conquistadors to level things once again. Titans 11.5 from their 4th win of the season here. Everything holds. And again, the 50-50 going to be won by the Titans once and twice, and that one will go out for a throw for Florida National. Ball out of there is Hall awaiting. Comes back the other way. See if we see a sense of urgency from the visitors here, Eddie.
Well, then for them, you know, you wonder if they're going to try to go with that extra forward and try to get the equalizer in the last 10 minutes. They are certainly deserving of a better score. They fought the whole game. And of course, it's always tough, Jeff. You and I talk about how much harder it is to play with a man down, especially in such a big field like this one. So
Williams with some nice footwork there. Control the ball. Oh, Smoke, what a beautiful ball looking for Hall. Boy, right along, just stung it along the ground, right in stride. But
and that is the way you want to drive a ball, play the ball into the space, and actually the grass will slow it down as.
Yeah, that was Nathaniel Grant, excuse me.
As the runner was getting there. Grant, fresh legs, making that run. But even better pass, a driven pass by Smokes.
Here comes the clearance. It will go as far as Matt McLennan. Numbers getting back for Eastern Florida. Snuck in Smoke. Our run will continue. Will be slowed up momentarily. Throw to the Conquistadors. Oh, and cleaned up again by Williams. Headed forward. Chavez in the mixer. Trying to measure something from the right side. Here is the cross. And going to be headed right to the Swede, Blom. Anton will pass it back. There's a shot towards that back post. Jada has it stick to his hands and lures numbers forward. 8.5 to go.
And being aware right now for Eastern Florida is the key. Know where you are on the field and just look at the clock. All you got to do is just keep the ball. Do not have to go forward, of course, unless you have the space. Let the game come to you.
And the run coming from the right.
Once again, they've been on that side the whole second half.
Switch doesn't happen. Jada all the way off his line. It won't be a throw. I mean, they've had success.
Yeah, they definitely love to overload that right side. Mark Fernandez has been pretty much camping on that side. Even though he's a left-footed player, makes runs out of the back. Using the left foot to cut in and out.
There it is along the back. Not a good enough effort. It will be a goal kick. Or no, corner kick, excuse me. So it did take a deflection.
And every chance they got a set piece on top. It's another chance that Eastern Florida's letting
set pieces.
Florida National stick around.
Great equalizer. Adai Gonzalez will swing with the right foot. Expect an out-swinging kick. It's headed by Williams immediately. Gonzalez caught up. They'll stay in the attacking third. Keep hitting on the foot. Oh, they go left. Blom. Nice footwork as he pairs with Gabriel Gurgel, sophomore from Rio de Janeiro, and it will come the other way.
Yeah, the 1-2 is trying to get behind. And that's it. Once again, Ivan Barriga just on the offside, not able to stay within the line. And it's tough right now, Jeff, because you're trying to score, so keeping that line sometimes, it's not easy. You got to be aware where you are and where the ball is coming from to try to time it, get behind the ball just right at the right time so you can make it, an impact and hopefully score the equalizer for your team.
Well, visitors have not had an easy go of it. They've been playing with 10 men for 65 plus minutes. Still have 5, coming up on 5.5. And we'll stay with Eastern Florida here as they look to ride out the game.
Couple of subs, couple of fresh legs coming in. Kofi going out for Eastern Florida.
Albert Murch, freshman out of Reading, UK. Proudest moment playing at Majeski Stadium at Reading. Nicknamed Bertie. Leaving it left, and won't be too much trouble. Comes back to the keeper, Quesada. So time winding short here for the Conquistadors to steal things.
Yeah, and I think, the coach is making that sub. You can tell there's 3 players looking to come in, but the ball does not go out of bounds and allow them to come in. But I think he's finally going with that third forward. He just might be run out of time if he doesn't get those subs in.
Comes to the right. Smoke. Continuing to battle in there. Boy, ball into space as Hall lurking. 4 minutes. Highly entertaining game here tonight. We had to wait an extra hour because of weather in the area. Seems like that's the norm this season. Every one of our broadcasts have been marred at some point by weather moving through the Space Coast. There's Chavez. left, Blom. And they'll have to start pressing numbers forward here. Parada putting on the pressure. Blom and takes a kick. It will be Conquistador ball on the throw-in. Here come the reinforcements. Here at 3 minutes separating Eastern Florida from their 4th win of the season. Titans have a big one next Friday on this field against Broward College. That one, a region game. Will also be televised, a 7 o'clock scheduled start here on WEFS. Also on our online platforms as well. You play to win those games, those region games, and they'll Coach 12-3s will tell you he's going to need a better effort out of his lads in that one. Probably the best of the season in order to get a result. 2 minutes. Here's a shot in the box and rolled fortuitously to Quesada. Under 2, time winding short. Numbers have to press now. And you see Coach Garcia on the far side motioning that way. Ball in and Kakutejada's there, and he'll take his time to pick up. There he goes. 90 seconds. Kick all the way onto the attacking half. It's Hall doing battle. He and Smoke all the way forward. McCall. And offside the call is Grant and Hall. Now under a minute. Time being kept on the field. Trying to pick out a pass is Anton Blom, and caught and now going to ground is Kakutejada. Numbers forward, short time, maybe 30 seconds left. Flick back, about 15. Now Grimaldi looked down at his watch, a flick on header. Check the watch again, did our referee. This will probably be it. Picked up by Jada. As soon as he kicks this, it could be over. And it is. The double blast of the whistle means that this one goes to the Titans. 2-1 the final over the Conquistadors, a game where they had to work, and a game that was evened. They had the game winner late. We'll come back and talk about it right after this.
The Eastern Florida State College women's soccer team takes on the Polk State College Eagles, live Monday at 6 on WEFS.
Eastern Florida State College. This is where you discover new opportunities, where you pursue your dreams, and careers take flight. Apply now for new bachelor and associate degree programs in business, healthcare, computer technology, and other growing fields. Eastern Florida, where Titans rise. Apply today. This is where we're building the future. This is where we meet the challenge, where leaders emerge and careers take flight. This is where you discover new opportunities. Choose to stand where excellence lives, where Titans rise. Eastern Florida State College.
Two-one, the final score here at the Titan Soccer Complex as Eastern Florida State College remains unbeaten, improving to 4-0-1 with a 2-1 victory over Florida National. Our Eddie Rodriguez is with the head coach, Oliver Twelvetrees.
Coach, kind of an interesting game, not the way you wanted to start, but at the end you get the win. What were your thoughts?
It was a struggle. We didn't really click, chemistry in the final third. I thought defensively we were very solid in the first half, and then the second half was a bit of a different story. Missed some more chances, and they came back, and credit to them, good outfit, and they kept on going right until the end and made it difficult for us. But we certainly had excitement, scored an unbelievable goal. Shame it wasn't us scoring goal this season, but what a strike that was. And we're continually creating chances, and we need to start finishing them, otherwise it is going to come haunt us in the end.
How much of the delay do you think that took part in? I know you didn't have your normal time for warming up. How much does that influence your team?
It's always difficult. There's no doubt about it. It's difficult for the coaches, difficult for the players to be able to, go through the pre-match routine that you want. But it was the same for both teams. And I thought we started okay, and obviously missed a penalty again. That's our fourth penalty miss on the season. So we got to do a little bit of PK practice, I think, and work on that. But we're still creating chances defensively. We'll get Rashane back, and that will hopefully solidify a little bit in the back line. But we need to finish our chances. That's the number one thing. A missed penalty, a ball off the crossbar, and good teams are going to hurt you. They're going to come back and going to punish you for it.
Going forward, are you more worried about a little bit defensively, or just the fact that you're not scoring goals? As you mentioned, you are creating chances, and therefore eventually you'll score goals.
Sure. I see improvements on the defensive side. We should have had a clean sheet tonight, and so I see improvements. But certainly, we have to click a little bit in the final third and finish our chances and be a little bit better with that final ball.
Right. A win's a win. Congrats on the win. Exactly. Jeff, back to you.
Thank you so very much, Eddie, and congratulations to Coach Twelvetrees and his Titans. They improved to 4-0-1, as we've said. Florida National put on a good show tonight, and they dropped their fourth game of the season to go 3-4-5, but an impressive outfit from Hialeah, Florida, coming in challenging the number 2 team in the nation. It should stay that way as they have remained unbeaten. And of course, we'll look ahead to that big game in the region against Broward College right back here a week from tonight, a 7 o'clock start on WEFS TV. Now, there was a missed penalty kick in the 23rd after Gastaldi was sent off. Pablo Gastaldi, is second yellow in the 23rd minute. But 6 minutes later, Donnelly would make it up by getting this pass from Kofi and cleaning up everything on aisle 14, his fourth goal of the season. That made it 1-0. That's where we were at the half. Now in the second half, Florida National, again playing a man down, really made things interesting with one of the prettiest goals you'll see over the top of the keeper, Kakuta Jada. And it was Marcus Stein, his second goal of the season from way downtown. And then it was Nick Medcraft, not to be outdone, kept at it, got inside the 18 to look to cross, but it was a goal that hit the inside of the side netting. His first goal of the season, the native of Reading, UK, the freshman, with the game-winning goal in this one to make the final margin 2-1. So, not the easiest of nights, but a character-building win for the Eastern Florida State College Titans over Florida National here tonight. We look forward to seeing you again next week here on WEFS TV. For my partner, Eddie Rodriguez, our producer, Brian Foster, special thanks to the Assistant Athletic Director of Eastern Florida State College, Ryan Keel, And special thanks to our incomparable WEFS TV crew who helped wait out another hour-long rain delay in Melbourne. I'm Jeff Radcliffe saying so long from the Space Coast. It was the Titans with a 2-1 winner over the Conquistadors. Good night.